with a little bit more intensity in the press, gave us an opportunity with the goalkeeper's mistake. It's just said that from the chances created by both teams, no goal was scored from there. We only scored from a mistake from the goalkeeper. But the truth of the matter is, I'm happy with the progress that the team is making. The mentality to fight and grind the results is there. We still make some elementary mistakes technically, which it's normal because some are trying to impress me, some are overwhelmed, some have not been playing regularly. Now I'm giving them a chance to play, but I think it's taking the right direction when we keep getting some points, because my wish is to get the club out of the area that we are in and we start fighting for maybe better things than fighting relegation.
And Coach, with the 4 points that you've collected so far, that doesn't look too far away, you know. You are there mid-table, about 3 points from top 8, but still not very far from number 14 as well. Where lies in the consistency, you know, to climb higher?
No, and one hopes that with the games in hand, if we try to collect maximum points on the games that we have in hand, the picture will change completely, because what is killing us now is the number of games in hand that we have, that we are still hoping to get points from, and sometimes you don't get the points that you desire, but we just have to take each game at a time and see what it brings us. But I'm very hopeful and optimistic that these boys are going to grow in confidence, and this will build a little bit of a better momentum for them to continue from here. We've got another tough one over the weekend, which requires a little bit more from the group.
Coach, ball incident. It's not really the first time that it happens here, and I realize that it is becoming a trend also in our football. Do you mind to share maybe what really transpired there in this incident?
The ball boy hit the player with the ball, and the referees could see it. The fourth official was next to the situation, but nothing gets done. You know, it's just unfortunate when professional players are no longer respected even by the ball boys. You know, because I think there are a lot of things that we take for granted in our football, but maybe we will improve. I also got a yellow card for telling the referee that it's a deliberate handball, and it was a clear deliberate handball, and the referee does not want to sanction and put it's a questionable offense, but the referees have got their own rules now. So what are we going to do?
Coach, how do you describe your working relationship with someone you coached as a player previously?
These are my boys, man. I'm even encouraged to be back with them and helping them and mentoring them to become better coaches than myself. They still have a long way to go, so it's a nice family environment, and the good thing is the boys are also giving everything to try and make sure that they impress me and they show that they can help the club in the near future. So personally, I'm excited to work with these boys, and for whatever reason, I think I've produced a lot of coaches from the players that I coached before, and that is very impressive for me.
Should we say they made the job easier for you when you arrived here?
How?
No, I mean in terms of you understanding the players, or the fact that you've been around the league, then you knew the players.
I know probably more than 98% of the players in the league. That is one area that I think I specialize on. I bother myself to know. I can tell you the possible starting 11 of almost every team in the PSL with substitutes. Maybe I'll miss one or two, because it's my job to know these things. It's my job to know which players are left-footed, which players are right-footed, which players are driving in, which players make late runs. It's my responsibility. So I take pride in my job, because I try the best I can to know exactly every opponent that I'm playing against.
Coach, you have Mngqithi now, they're also on the rise and they're looking to get consistent, to go high. How tough do you think they're looking now that they're getting and gaining momentum winning-wise?
There is no easy game at this stage of the season. One thing that I've learned, there's going to be a lot of surprises as well, because at this stage of the season, you are fighting for your life, and these are all 6-pointers, and you must just try to fight and make sure that they favor you, because if you falter, this log table changes now and again, and it's very important that we maintain that consistency and we keep our feet on the ground, stay humble and not get carried away, because I think there's still a lot of work to do. Playing wise, we still have a lot of work to do. Organizationally, we still have a lot of work to do. The elementary mistakes that we made technically suggest that there's still so much that we have to do. So we cannot afford to think now that we have collected 4 points, we are anywhere better than what we were before these 4 points, because nothing has changed much.
Coach, is it top 8 priority now, or just taking one game at a time?
I always prefer to take one game at a time, because I don't want to lose focus and lose track, because I know if I just concentrate in that process of one game at a time, then the results will determine what happens at the end. But if I lose that focus and I start to think of top 8, top 6, top 4, then I might lose focus and not focus on Mngqithi, because now it's Mngqithi, next it's Kaizer Chiefs, and all these games require all the attention, and I still have 2 games against Pirates. So it's a very tough scenario, but I think I've approached all that to try and fight my way.
Coach, it must be nice to be back. I mean, it might be just 2 games, but you are yet to do that. It must be nice to just get back into the groove of things.
It can't be nicer than being in a club that gave me an opportunity when nobody would even touch me, because this club they made a big sacrifice. I can never forget what they did for me, and because of that, I will forever be indebted to them. No matter how much success I can achieve somewhere else, but this will always be home, this will always be my base, this will always be a place I will always want the best for, because in life sometimes you just have to have gratitude, because I would never be excited to see this club struggling, and I could have assisted. So I'm enjoying every minute. The people here love me, the supporters love me, everybody in this club adores me, so I appreciate being in an environment like that.
Coach, pardon me if I've been ignoring, but then my understanding is that you are helping them this season. How far is it going to go? Are you going to come back even next season? How far is it?
If they want me next season, it's my home, this one. So if next season they still want me here, why not? Because I will forever be indebted to this club. This club has done something that not many people would consider. You know, I remember very well, and I can never forget. They were only having 12 points after 15 matches, and we were sitting at the bottom of the log. And it was a no-brainer to try and to go and look for an experienced coach that you think could help the club, after having taken out an experienced coach in Kabozwandu. But they fought for me. The boss, the late brother of Sismato, said, I don't want any other coach. This is the coach that can help this team. And I was young at that time. And I had never had any experience of the PSL. And the first 3 matches that I was going to play in that process was Benoni Premier United, you know how good they were. And the next 2 was going to be Kaizer Chiefs twice in the league and in the cup. And if you're looking at that and you're saying, do I want to bring a novice to be the coach of my team? If he loses these next 3 matches, curtains down, it's finished. But they gave me that opportunity, and I won all those 3 matches. And that's where my career started. That's when people started to know me. Nobody knew me before. So that for me will forever be the proudest moment of my life. These people not knowing me, because I did not grow up in Durban. I was mainly in Maritzburg. I started my coaching career in Maritzburg. But when I came to Durban, I was coaching a university team in the ABC Motsepeli team. When I was trying to build the team up, I was playing a lot of friendlies with Arrows. So the first few friendlies, they won. Then suddenly we were playing draws. Then suddenly, hey, we've got a sniff, we're beating them. Then they say, maybe this coach can help us. Then by the end of that season, they took me to become the assistant coach. And the rest is history.